So in this video, I'm going to explain how you could take your audio files or video files and put them onto a CD. And then you could use that CD to listen to music on like your car stereo, on a radio, anything that could play CDs. So first thing you're going to need obviously is a CD. What I have is just this. I got these, and what the -R means is that they're readable, but they're not rewritable. So once you burn your music onto the CD, you have to listen to that music forever on that CD. You can't like change what's on that CD basically, because in the burning process you're like changing, like there's like chemical reactions and stuff, and like it's not reversible for these. If you want to have a CD where you could reuse it for different kinds of music once you get bored of like the music that you initially put it on, you'd get RW CDs, but uh these are like I believe they're more expensive, and it's just I don't think it's worth it. I don't I just personally use a new CD instead of like going through the hassle of like putting new music on an old CD, but because you know they could get scratched up and whatnot. But anyways, you're gonna need something like this. You're gonna need a computer or a laptop which has a CD or DVD player where you could like insert the CD into, obviously. And most importantly, probably you're gonna need your audio files. I don't know how you're gonna get your audio files, but if you don't have audio files yet, I could like show you guys how to get them. And I actually had a video. My last video was about how to download any audio or video off of YouTube, so you could go check that out. I have like only 2 videos on YouTube, so should be pretty easy to find on my channel. But that's if you don't have your audio files yet. If you already have your audio files like your M4A, MP3, and whatnot, then just like continue with this video and should be able to play some music on your CD soon enough. So what I'm gonna be using is these two programs, Audacity and CD Burner XP. So Audacity is used to convert your audio or video file into an audio file that's in WAV format. And WAV format is basically the most compatible um, format for car stereos and like audio discs, audio CDs in general. So that's like the first step you're gonna have to take. So downloading Audacity is like it's pretty simple, so I'm not gonna go through it. But Audacity doesn't natively convert to .wav files, so you're gonna have to download a plugin, and it's actually not hard, so you don't have to worry about it being like overly complex. But we're gonna have to open let me just find it. Preferences, and here we got libraries. You're gonna need to download the FFmpeg library, and this basically just like allows you to convert between like myriads of different file types. So if you download, it's gonna take you to like, oh, that's, okay, I'm gonna blur that out, but it's gonna take you to uh, hold on. it's gonna take you to a page that looks like this. And you can read it, but basically they can't provide you the download because it's like not their property or something. But you basically just have to click this link. There's even a tutorial already on how to do it, so I'm gonna just skim through this. You can read that also. This is probably faster. But you just download it. Boom, bam, restart Audacity. Done. Okay. Then once you restart Audacity, and this like might trip some people, this trips a lot of people up in case they don't like double check this. So you get to choose where you download FFmpeg. And if you download it in like a weird spot, Audacity might not be able to find it. So if it hasn't found it, you're gonna have to go back into preferences and libraries, and you're gonna have to click locate. Here I already have it located, so I'm not gonna locate it manually. But if your Audacity isn't automatically detecting that library, you're gonna have to go into your File Explorer and find where exactly you downloaded FFmpeg. So that's that. Now is the easy part. Gonna have to take your song, so I'm gonna just use this one. Drag it into there. It could even be an MP4 file, like it could be a video. It'll also work. You'll just disregard the video portion, just focus on the audio. But we go to change it into .wav, we go into export audio, name it whatever you want, folder just anywhere you want. Probably downloads is the easiest, but wherever you want. And these are kind of important to make sure you have copied down correctly. So you're gonna want WAV Microsoft format, because that's like what the vast majority of car stereos, especially older car stereos, will use and understand like perfectly. Gonna click this checkbox. Sample rate 44,100 hertz. Encoding signed 16-bit PCM. I've already done like some research, and these seem to be like the most reliable like configurations if you want to play a CD off of a car stereo. And then you just, let me just rename this because I've already done this. Then you just export it. And now it should be in here, here. Yeah, my WAV file. So, depending on what CD you have, it's like you could download. But anyways, like my CD says I could have 80 minutes of audio. So, just make sure you don't exceed that 80-minute limit. Or if you have a different limit on your CD, don't exceed your limit. I'd say like maybe leave like don't like go up to 80 minutes, because like usually maxing stuff out isn't a good idea. I'd say like leave like at least 2 minutes of space. But you're gonna want to repeat this process for each song or podcast or whatever you want to put onto your CD. And you're going to want to organize all those .wav files into a folder for like ease of access, like I did over here. And then you're going to need to open up CD Burner XP. And if you just do a quick Google search of it, the download is also pretty simple. But I'm going to just open it up now and hope that you guys were able to download it without any problems. And this is important. You're going to want to select audio disc because you're going to want to listen to music in your car, I'm assuming. Or like not music. I mean, no, you're going to want, okay. Ignore what I just said. Just select audio disc, okay? Like It's just if you wanna. This is for uh listening to any type of audio on a car stereo or on a radio thing. It's like back in the day, when there was like bands that released CDs and stuff, and they had like their like own packaging, like their own thumbnail on that like CD thingy and stuff. It's like that, but like you're making it at home. So, um, click that, click OK. Now you're gonna wanna drag all of your .wav audio files into this spot exactly here. Let's go into downloads and either like select it like that, drag them in, or you could like literally just get the file explorer and also dump them in here. But whichever way you do it, which I'm gonna just like bam, it's gonna end up looking like this. And this is like how much space my disk has left. This is the order in which the songs will be written to on the CD. You can edit the title, artist, and whatnot. And at this point, you're gonna want to chuck in your CD into your player thing on your laptop or whatever. Insert that thing. So you go to once you've inserted it, you're gonna want to do exactly what I just did and see this information. I haven't inserted any disk, so that's why it says no disk, obviously. But you're gonna want to see like a bunch of different like stuff. Is gonna say a few things, but the most important thing to double check is to make sure that that CD wasn't used before. And the way to check that is to see how many bytes of information have been used on that CD. And you're gonna want to make sure to see that only 0 bytes have ever been used on that CD. So it's basically unused. So, and like if you just buy the CDs and they were like in the wrapping paper and stuff, like you don't gotta worry about that. But if you just found like some random CD in like your mom's basement or something, then like you might want to double check that. Um, yeah, you could rearrange these in any order you want. Rename the title, rename the artist. Boom. Now, uh, once you have your disc inserted, the program has recognized it and everything's done, and you've got your WAV files in there, then you could click burn. And once you click burn, hold on, let me actually go through it. Here, so these are kind of important to get like make sure they're correct and stuff. So my CDs can write at 52 times regular playback speed. So that's pretty fast. And here CD audio burn audio CD is recommending me to burn at 24 times 24 times playback speed. That's okay, but you're not gonna want to rush the burn, that's for sure, because it's just why take the risk. It's probably gonna take like an extra 5 minutes if you burn at a slower speed. And burning at a slower speed reduces the risk of errors, makes your music much more like clear and crisp. It's gonna like make sure no like picky weird stereos on like some old like GMC Acadia or whatever is gonna like say no, I'm not playing this CD because there's something wrong with it. It's gonna like avoid all that fucking nonsense. Um so basically what I'm trying to say is just burn it slower. So select other speed, and you could like research the science behind it, but it's just the speed at which the laser shoots at the CD. So I highly recommend 8 times because there's no CD that's unable to write at less than 8 times playback. At least from the ones that I've seen. There's probably like some ancient one that can't, but chances are you don't have that one. So just select 8 times. Enable CD text if you want to be able to like see the author's name and like title on your car stereo. Pause for 2 seconds between all tracks. That's always nice. You could change the length. And finalize the CD. So basically, make sure it's like burnt. And these are like pretty standard. So just make sure you got these ticked off. And basically, then you just click burn. Probably wait like 15-20 minutes. If you get an error, that means that you're gonna want to double check that your CD isn't scratched up. You might want to check. You might want to try to burn that CD on a different kind of computer because I actually tried to burn my music on my HP Pavilion desktop, but it just wouldn't work. So I had to like take out my old Lenovo ThinkPad laptop T410. Did the exact same thing and it just magically worked. I don't know. It just didn't work from that HP. Just the way it is. And I even tried updating the drivers. It did not work. I don't know. Um, but yeah, it could be your computer. It could be the CD. It could be you also want to before you do any of that, you're gonna want to double check that your files are in .wav format and that you copied the specs and configurations exactly how I like set them to be. And you know, like if you try all that and it still doesn't work, I don't know, like probably I don't know if you try all that and it still doesn't work, it's just not meant to be. But it should work. So just click burn disk. I'm not going to because I don't even have a disk inserted. And then you wait a bit, should be burnt. It'll eject once it's done, and then you're good to go. So yeah, that's how you put music onto a CD. Pretty simple. Peace.